don't presidential elections affect? If you're in the center of a swing state like Pennsylvania, like we are, they affect everything. But today's video is all about how our recent presidential elections have affected leasing. What have I seen in my over 20-year career in this business? What have I done about it? And what do I wish I had done about it in retrospect? So I'm Jen. I'm a real estate investment educator, advocate, and broker at One Focus Property Management in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. But my baby property manager career began in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, way back in 2004. So I have seen a ton of presidential elections, managing and being responsible for leasing and maintaining occupancy in very large rental portfolios. The very first time I noticed the presidential elections affecting leasing was in 2016. 2016 was the very first year that Trump ran, and we all know that the election felt different that year. It had a different tenor and tone, and the uncertainty was even higher than usual. In 2016, we were managing several hundred doors here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, and I had a much smaller team at the time, and we had a really hard time. I say we were beating our heads against the wall from May 2016 until the election. It felt like no matter what we tried, we could not get interest in properties, we could not get qualified applicants to rent them, and our clients were frustrated, as were we. It was super negative and uncertain in the atmosphere. So when you would say anything to anybody, their response, kind of like now, would be negative and pessimistic and often tied politically back to what was in the news. So we were just managing our little hearts out, trying to get these properties rented, and the election came in 2016, and it felt like the floodgates opened. I remember Thanksgiving that year, we worked overtime to process rental applications for all the properties that needed to get leased. And that's just not common, to have to work overtime to process rental applications over the holidays. It's not a popular time to move. As we went through that process, it clicked for me. Hey, these presidential elections just feel a lot different now, and we, as professional property managers with all of these clients who are entrusting us to keep these properties full and producing no matter what the market is doing, we need to be better prepared. So at One Focus, we spent 2016 to 2020 getting ready, bringing in more tools like professionally edited photography. We started using more video. We started doing different advertising syndications to get our ads out to more folks. And we even had made a goal. We had not implemented it yet, but we had made a goal right before 2020 to implement self-showings, which has proven since we've implemented it to be a game changer. But you can see we were pulling it anything we could do to be the strongest leasing support for our clients in 2020. But I know I'm not spoiling anything for you. You know what happened in March of 2020. We started the global pandemic, COVID. And in leasing and multifamily properties, this was a huge tailwind. Properties renewed at higher rates, rents were going up. We had no problem keeping properties occupied in 2020 and most of 21. But we knew this wasn't a change in the behavior of the market. This was just an anomaly, a thing that came in and affected it to our benefit. But we were preparing for 2024. See, I think these kind of elections and the way they're affecting people are probably the new normal. So the way I think about that, I, as a property manager, need to be prepared for every 4 years when the market's gonna have this uncertainty and clam up. I need to be prepared to support my clients the best way I can. So in 2024, I'm really proud to say we have kept our days in market in check for most of this year. There have been 3 different occasions. It was late spring, late summer, and now where we're experiencing our days on market creeping up. I'm really proud to say that all of these tools and resources and energy and investment we've brought to leasing supports our clients all the time, but really specifically when there's market events like this, they need to be poised to be even stronger in that area of their business. So right now, leasing is tough. The last 2 weeks, our days on market have been climbing, and I'm not surprised. But the great news is we're advising our clients, hey, we think the cork's gonna pop here in a week when this election happens. See, it doesn't matter who wins. It's just the end to the uncertainty that we believe the market's looking for. As I've been reflecting in preparation for making this video, there is one thing I wish I had done, and I think I'll implement it for the next election cycle. See, we're really creative with we call it lease optimization strategy, and this has to do with lease renewals. So looking at a lease renewal and looking at all the components that go into it, including seasons and leasing seasons and things like that, I think if I was looking at my lease renewals in 2023 or the beginning of 2024, I should have strategized to get through or reward tenants or motivate them to sign longer leases to get through that election season. I think that's probably an offer I would put on the table. It doesn't mean they have to take it, but it's one that if I could incentivize it, then that would be good for both parties. I'll have to put some thought into that one and see if it's something I want to implement for 2028. Now, if you have property in North Central Pennsylvania in my market area and your property manager isn't bringing in tools and resources to make sure that your business succeeds no matter what the market is doing, I think you need to be calling us and having a discovery call about the potential of us managing your properties, giving you more protection, less work, and no drama.